So now we'll go over getting Monero initially and building the project. So we are going to first install all of the dependencies. This can be found on the github.com/monero-project/monero and under the build dependencies section. So it'll give you the commands for multiple different Linux installs. I'm using the ones for Ubuntu Debian. And it's going to install a bunch of stuff here. Now we've got all of our wonderful stuff. So that installed the Build Essential Kit, which is a lot of compilers and some make tools. So we're going to clone the Monero project now. Oh, I apparently haven't installed Git. So that was sudo apt install Git to add that. And so this will clone the project. Now we'll cd into the directory, and we're going to go and check out a specific release. So we're going to use the git checkout command release. Now this makes sure that we are on the good version of the code and we're not running any development code, but we're on what the current production release for the main blockchain is running. So we've now switched over to that. I'm now going to initialize the submodules. Now these submodules are basically callouts to other Git repositories and what they're in sync with. So once they're initialized, we'll update them with git submodule update. So I'm just going to go and copy all those external resources and download those, and then check them out to their correct location. And then from here, we can just do a make -j and then the number of threads that you have for your CPU, and I'm just going to do 6. Now's a really good time to go get a drink if you want, because compiling takes a bit of time. Don't worry about anything that says warnings. If there is an error, then the build will fail at a specific percentage. If it keeps on going and you don't get an error, just let it keep on going. I did that in the P2 pool. Oh, and we got logging turned on. I should turn that off. Log is H. Okay. So the compiler's going in on our. We got that in the wrong location, but okay. We'll clear this screen once it's done loading. Down to that last 10%. we're now compiled. So everything's going to be in the build directory, Linux, release, and then release. And then finally bin. So you may have some projects ask you to provide a Monero root, and that would be just the path to where the Monero source was. So in my case, that's going to be just home Monero Monero to where I cloned that directory. And this is so that other applications that use Monero can use the libraries and the headers. So I'm going to change over to our Monero screen where we're going to run Monero. Now, if we want to use P2 pool, there's a few different extra parameters that we need to start Monero D with. So I'm going to create a file called start Monero d.sh. It's going to run with bash. It's going to run Monero D dash dash, add a priority node. First one is going to be node.supportxmr.com. Next is going to be my own pool. And then hash vaults. And finally, Seth for privacy. And so here we're going to add the ZMQ pub address. This is what allows communication between Monero D and P2 pool. We're going to disable DNS checkpoints. We're going to enable DNS blacklist. Now this won't work right away because Monero D is not in our path, but we're going to fix that. So we want this path to be in our path. So I'm going to edit our bash RC. Make it so that our path has that. So what this line does that I'm adding is it tells it to update the path variable and to insert the path where we just compiled Monero into the beginning. So whenever it's looking for applications to run, it'll look there first, and then the rest of the old path. So we're just going to put this right at the front. Now that means that I need to log out and recreate my session, or I'm just going to cheat and I'm going to run that command manually in this session. But since we've updated the bash RC, new logins are going to have this path all the time. So now our start Monero DSH is ready to go almost. It's going to run our Monero D command with our priority nodes information, but it's not executable yet. So we're going to make it executable by doing a chmod +x. This changes the permissions of the file and adds the execute permission to the script. So now I'm going to run the script. That's basically just going to run that line that really big line that I typed in. And so that we don't have to retype that really big line over and over again anytime we want to start Monero. There's other ways to do this and install it as a system service. You could do that. I prefer this way just so that I can have it running in my little screen sessions. So it's going to start Monero D, it's going to initialize a whole bunch of stuff, and then it's going to start synchronizing. And that's going to take a really long time. You can run sync info and it'll get some information. I may not be connecting out. Oh, there we go. Once you've seen that, it start giving you this sync, and you can run the sync info. It'll give you all the peers that you're connected to, and this is going to take forever, so I'm going to stop recording now.